That's so sad. That is so f***ing sad.
The film could have ended there and I would have bawled my eyes out, mate. I swear to God.
It just got so much deeper than I could ever imagine.
Sean, welcome to Cinema Rules.
I've been here this whole time.
Today we're doing something new. We're doing a new playlist.
Can you speak? We're doing no badoo.
Films that we want to see.
Yeah,
why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Why have we not chosen a genre?
Well, I think it's just because we just want to get some films that we've been itching to watch out the way.
And the good thing about this is that we don't just have to do the same genre, we don't have to do the same time period. We can just literally take something from the 1930s and then from the 1990s or something.
Yeah. Today,
you're picking... Oh.
It's right there.
Wait. Should we just be like... Whoop?
Oh. Well, that was awkward. There's Tom. You'll know him as... a lot of comments say that it's Beer Belly Tom. And,
what are you saying? Are you mad?
I will say a genre.
And the year? Or the decade?
2010s.
Ah!
Yeah, so it's a recent one. And the genre, you'll be happy to hear, is a horror.
Oh, for God's sake, you mad!
Well, it's not. I don't think it is. Without further ado, close your eyes and open your mouth. Don't open them yet. I'll tell you when. Open.
A Ghost Story. Oh, we watched the trailer for this, didn't we?
Yeah, and all I know is that it's got a weird aspect ratio.
No, but I've heard good things about it in terms of being quite emotive and being
artistic.
A nice bit of artistic filmmaking. I'm glad because I know nothing about it apart from a ghost follows someone, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, it's a good one. This is completely different to ones that I've picked. So
yeah.
Stay tuned for those. So this time in the playlist, A Ghost Story.
Awesome.
When I was little and we used to move all the time, I would write these in notes and I would hide them so that if I ever wanted to go back, there'd be a piece of me there waiting. Some weird noises in this house.
Is that like a reflection?
Looks like a blooming ghost to me, mate.
Nah. Just looking for an apartment.
I'm just thinking of the imagery of the stars as well. The purpose behind some of the shots so far. I do like the music though.
Oh, the music's
it's quite
amazing.
Chilling. Not chilling as in relaxed.
Chilled, yeah.
Chilled. Yeah, no. Oh, my controller batteries are low.
Something fell on the piano. It's been on for a long time. I don't normally do foreplay this long.
Woo!
I wonder why it lingered on that for so long. Maybe just to show how intimate their relationship
it was really about intimacy, that shot, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Also about comfort, I found as well. Like,
yeah.
It was keeping the rigid still shot for that amount of time almost gives you a sense of comfort, I think. Maybe unease for some people, but I felt...
What did you feel? You
I
dirty dog.
A good shot.
You dirty dog.
Get out of it. This is why you can't watch a film with Sean, guys. Okay, I just want to watch a film.
He wants to feel it.
Oh, someone's crashed a car.
Oh, damn. Is that him?
Yeah. Wait, is it?
This is what Tom does. He just says no to everything I say until he figures it out for himself. Yeah?
Oh,
now I understand why they lingered on that
intimacy shot.
Yeah, for so long.
How strong they are.
A stark contrast from the other shot. This feels separated, far away, cold.
Yeah,
whereas the other shot was very close.
Very clinical.
Warm colours. These long ass shots, man. And I just don't see him.
Yeah, white holes in the eyes, I thought, but...
It's just the classic look of a ghost, isn't it? But he doesn't go in.
Well, it didn't give him a very long chance.
No.
I swear, if he has to look at her life or something, that's horrible. It's a nice hill, man.
It's a nice, nice ass hill.
Nice lighting and sunset.
You know when you see an idea and you're just like, why didn't I think of that? The light turned on when he saw a picture of her. You know, things going on around in the house that you don't realise that not happening because of you, just like light flickering. There's a knock. There's energy. So him seeing her is sparked energy throughout the house, and it turned on the light.
Imagine going back to your house like that afterwards. What a terrible thing.
I want to understand the significance of the piano playing when he was alive and the knocking and the scratching.
Maybe they just
Is there a play on time?
It's going to come back in the past and do the piano.
Yeah, but the piano just can't be playing on its own, can it? There has to be a reason for it. It's just standing there in the background.
Oh, I didn't even notice until you said it.
These long shots also make you uncomfortable, don't they? I feel intrusive.
That's what it is. But that's the whole idea of what he's doing. Nobody would ever see this kind of thing really.
Moment.
So there's such a good realism to it, even though it's fantastical, right? They did 80 takes of this shot.
Just leaving all the crust. The crust is the best bit. There you go, you get into the crust.
Well, a lot of people have been there with grief like that, haven't they? Where they're just like isolated within your own mind, really, aren't you? Despite being there, she's not there.
Yeah.
She doesn't actually know what she's doing. She's thinking.
She's getting angry as well, you can see it. Oh, she's throwing up now. She ate way too much of it. Going back to an empty bed as well. All too familiar for me. That was his side as well. That's weird because like the night before they were there, and now the night after she's just it's gone. All life's gone.
It looks a bit silly to begin with, but it's so much more effective than just having him there. It distances him from it even more.
Yeah.
For the audience.
Because he's abnormal in the scene.
Yeah.
Abnormal looking, therefore abnormal presence.
It's also a good way to keep your budget down if you don't want a
Yeah.
big actor for the whole film.
I bet it's still Casey
Do you reckon?
Affleck.
Do you
Yeah, I
reckon?
think
I don't
it
know.
is. I think it is.
A nice bit of pathetic fallacy here with the rain.
There you go. I love the sound of this score. This score is
It's so
incredible.
blank now, though. Look at how blank everything is, and white, and just she's isolated in every scene.
Yeah, makes everything so sorrowful, and closed.
Oh God, she left the ceiling fan on. Oh,
It's just, this is a good shot. The fact that it's moving at the same time, and it's blending seamlessly. It's a good way of showing passing of time as well. But it's weird because he had the opportunity to pass on into the light, but he wasn't ready, and she has had to move on, metaphorically. Is that another ghost? Spirits that just trapped, basically, not knowing what to do. That's odd.
took a turn, didn't it? I didn't like that sound, that note, the music.
I'm waiting for someone. That's oh no, that's horrifying. Oh, that hurts.
It's really
That
horrifying.
hurts my heart. That'd be so horrible seeing. He hasn't moved on, but she has.
I get what you mean about the piano now.
Well, can we talk about it tomorrow?
Yeah. What did she want to talk about? I feel like she looked like she was looking like, I don't know, stomach. Oh, what a transition.
What's she thinking there though? Like,
I feel like they were arguing about something.
yeah, and it's kind of been dismissed, and she's a bit annoyed
Upset.
about it. Yeah.
Because sometimes we look at something again later on and see it much differently, don't we? Because
Yeah, like I think
How it's
she's
changed.
now valuing it more at this moment than she did the other moment. She's moving out.
what if he has to stay there?
That's just torturing yourself in terms of like watching her move on, being there, seeing her, and she's not seeing you, not being able to speak to her. Oh.
The light was there again. Man, this is... Oh, she said that, didn't she?
Said what?
She at the start she said she used to leave notes when she was a kid.
Yeah.
So part of her would always be there or something.
The fact that we feel sad for these people when they haven't really spoke at all. There's been no dialogue in this film.
Not really at all.
But the directing, the acting, the score just goes to show you don't need dialogue. Scene in the window.
The film could have ended there and I would have bawled my eyes out, mate. I swear to God.
Oh, he's looking at the door where she put the note.
So
Scratching. Listen.
Oh, yeah.
Remember when they heard scratching before? Everything's going to be made up, isn't it? Knew it.
This just isolates him even more if you can't speak that language. It's Christmas again.
Yeah. Time's going past very quickly. He's confused. That's why there's more cuts. It's interesting how they use a different speaking family as well. It's almost as if the environment that he's in is almost foreign to him now.
That's what I said a minute ago.
Did you?
You nicked my idea.
I just said it better.
I swear to God, please don't make me be a blanket wearing.
Just make sure to go into the light when you die, when I kill you.
I'll go straight
What?
in that light.
This is when it becomes a horror movie.
He starts horning them.
Go in! Time's jumped again.
And that makes sense about that other ghost. Like, I can't remember. Like, it just makes sense.
Yeah, because it's just time's moving fast. What?
I would have been out of that house like hell if I was that woman.
Moved.
Gone, yeah. But he can't let go of her.
He can't let go.
We don't know what she's written on this.
No.
Imagine it could be anything.
More people now. Oh, it hurts, man.
It is. It's horrifying. It is horrifying the way it's cut together like that.
A symphonist writes a symphony. All the best ones were written for God. So Beethoven says, shoot, God doesn't exist, so I guess I'm writing this for other people. We build our legacy piece by piece, and maybe the whole world will remember you, or maybe just a couple of people, but you do what you can to make sure you're still
Where did
around
they find this genius?
after you're gone. Your kids are gonna die, yours too, and then there's gonna be one big tectonic shift. 90% of humanity will be gone, one fell swoop. This is just science. Whoever's left will go to higher ground. In a few billion years, the sun will become a red giant and it'll eventually swallow Earth whole. This is a fact. The Mona Lisa out there.
Monologue, man, it's going on.
Everything that ever made you feel big or stand up tall, it'll all go.
Hi, Pooper.
The universe is going to suck itself back into a speck too small for any of us to see.
So that just gave me no meaning of life anymore.
But he was watching the whole thing as well. That's what we got.
Yeah, he was watching the whole thing, but there was also that mention of symphonies, and he was a songwriter. She was listening to his song when he died. So that gives what he was meaning, and he is scratching at this note because
He's still there.
one last thing to listen to from her.
How come he can do all this stuff but not get the note?
Got it? Oh, they're bulldozing it down. Quickly grab it. They're taking the other building down as well, where the other ghost is.
That actually got me as a jump scare.
Just please tell me you got the f***ing note. That's so sad. That is so f***ing sad.
Foundations of a new building.
Yeah. The persistence of this ghost and eternal existence of love.
Yeah, but also loss as well.
At the end of the day, he's holding out for love. So it kind of describes that love is just transcends everything.
The guy's monologue was ironic because there is one thing that lasts forever in this instance.
And it is love, yeah. And that's why the lights started flickering after his monologue, because it was like almost like you are wrong.
He
still
never
here.
got to see the note, which just breaks my heart because it's one of the things he was holding on to.
It actually hurts my head how like sad this is.
And how somber it is.
Yeah, and how like excruciating it must be.
Where is he? How far in the future is he now? That's why we got the imagery of the stars at the beginning. It's like they're eternal, aren't they? Yeah. That's the idea. I swear to God, if we get a cyclical narrative with him seeing the house being built and he's the one that...
Like I said at the beginning, playing the piano, scratching at the walls, something to do with time.
Oh, love transcends time. That is Interstellar, isn't it? That's...
Pretty much. I called it. If it is.
It ain't Scream!
He's waiting for
He's just waiting this whole time. Same sort of thing.
They're dead. They got arrows in them.
Oh my God, is she the ghost or something? The other one that was in the house.
Oh my God. That would be terrifying. Oh!
And that's why she said she couldn't remember.
Oh!
I can't believe he's seen himself. He's just going to be scratching at the wall, but it's not even going to be there yet.
No.
It's like the monologue where that one person will hum that tune, like you said.
This is not how it's supposed to work. We're supposed to make decisions together. So why am I the only one making them?
Because you want to stay here?
Why?
It makes that scene at the beginning when it's on them and when they're holding each other so much more
different.
It's so much different because it's almost like they come back together after perhaps this argument about wanting different things.
It just got so much deeper than I could ever imagine.
It's okay, we can go.
Oh, so he said that they could leave. Yeah, right, because he ended up staying there for the whole universe and then some.
I knew it was him.
I didn't think it would play out like this, man.
That's it. He wants them to stay, and the ghost wants them to stay because he misses her still. So that's why he's upset. The ghost is upset. Because if they leave, then he's still there. Is that him again?
It's been so long.
Oh, he's going to the thing straight away. It's the key of letting go and being able to move on. Now.
Please tell us what it is. The light was always there as well, wasn't it?
Well, I think we've spoke at length throughout the movie of exactly what we thought it meant.
Can we just talk about how it made us feel then, or the feeling we got from it? Because it's such a unique film
Concept.
I would. Yeah. You said at first it's a horror, but I would class it as a horror. I would, but in a different way.
In a way, yeah. It's an emotional horror.
It's not. Yes, that's a nice way of putting it because it's not a morbid, grotesque slasher, or it's not a supernatural
or haunted house
or anything like that. It's horrifying in the impact that love and grief,
the theme,
can have
the
on
tone,
people.
yeah.
Because to an extent, everybody can empathise to an extent with what it's like to lose somebody, even if it's a relationship, maybe not a person, but even if it's a relationship or love to a certain extent.
Yeah. Well, it started out so somber, but it kind of bled into themes of love and hope.
Yeah,
and then there was that massive release at the end, which was so earned.
And it's so emotional, mate. I swear to God, if you were here, I would have cried. Like, I'm just scared to show my emotions in front of you, but I would have cried. Mate. Not even because I think it is so somber all the way through, and I didn't know whether to take that. I didn't know how to take that ending.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
It was a beautiful ending, but it's still absolutely terribly somber and horrible what he experienced.
Had to endure.
I think your response to this film will depend on your personal experiences to an extent, and I love that. I love how they leave the note at the end. The thing that he's been going after for the majority of the film, and that he's been dying to see is this sort of form of release.
But at the same time, you don't even get to see.
I love
what
how
it was.
they left it blank because,
yeah.
you know, in a way you can apply it to your own personal.
Yeah. What does it say for you? What does it say for you?
Yeah.
You know, like it would mean something that means something to that character, that person, not to us.
The fact that they were going through that period where perhaps they didn't know whether they were going to split up or not.
Yeah.
And it gives that alternate reading to the beginning of the film where they go back to the bed.
Yeah,
and
it was like
together.
completely different understanding of what their relationship was.
When we first watched that, we read that they had a amazing relationship, that they were really close, but actually it was the coming back together.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was even that kind of last embrace that they're having. The fact that he is also the one that makes that sound that puts them back in that position together with each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
The fact that he waits for so long and comes back and himself
sees himself
again.
I called it. It was him at the beginning.
I didn't think they would do that because I, for some reason, thought they would do it in a cliche way. That cyclical narrative we have seen before. I can't pinpoint where, but we've seen it in other films before.
Yeah.
But the way they went about it was so powerful and like there were multiple cuts in this where time changed completely. The place changed completely, but two really got it for me. And one was when it switched to like the complete concrete foundations of this new building. Yeah. And two, when you saw the skyscrapers, and it's just been so long. Yeah. Everything's completely different. Yet he still goes on, and it is about the longing and love and desire and the power of love, isn't it?
Yeah. The eternal meaning, the fact that love transcends time. That is probably, literally, it's all about time.
There's a realism here, and it comes from the emotion and those really long shots that we get when she's on her own at the beginning.
They were really uncomfortable.
They were really uncomfortable.
Uncomfortably long.
They're emotionally powerful because of the realism. Yeah. And I actually thought wrongly that we were going to follow her and her coping with it. And I thought this was a metaphor.
Says what it does on a tin, a ghost story. And this is just another example of how this story takes a story and a theme of grief and love and flips it on its head and tackles it from a different angle.
The two are so intertwined, aren't they? Grief and love, but love is what wins out. I don't think enough people talk about this film. No, I really don't. No. I think it's so.
I don't think anyone I know has seen this film, and they need to see this film, and they need to give it a chance because
I feel like people, your average film goer won't like it. This. No, the performance of Rooney Mara I thought was great, but then as you said, the ability to craft such emotion without dialogue, is amazing.
And simply, this is why I love this medium. This medium can describe so many things to you.
By doing lots of different things.
Just showing you something visual. Yeah. It's incredible.
You don't even see the expression, but you know the emotion. Yeah. Because it's just two cents in a blooming sheet, which sounds stupid, but
because not only that, it's the choice of directing, it's the choice of composition, the choice of aspect ratio, the choice of colours, the choice of costume design, the choice of music and score. It's just this film literally is the reason why I love cinema so much. It just tackles everything and does it perfectly.
I was just gonna say top marks for that score as well.
I'm literally downloading it straight away.
Like not even like the score and the soundtrack.
Yeah,
because they are two different things.
They are
utilised really well in this.
The music that Casey Affleck's character creates is pretty sick. It's the type of music I'd listen to. Shall we get rating?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
This film is everything I love about movies. This has probably made it one of my favourite movies of all time. Woo! So
cinema rules.
Cha-ching! This is insane. I don't know why I'm gonna do this, but we never do this.
No.
I'm gonna rate this 10 out of 10. We've always said there isn't a film. There's no film that's 10 out of 10. I'm thinking purely after watching this movie and the feelings I feel like right out the bat, I can't give it anything lower. I will. It eventually settle down into maybe like a 9.7 or something.
But when you're coming out of a film, sometimes you give it a higher rating just because of the way you feel.
Let me know in the comments like
why it's not a 10 out of 10, because I feel like I'm going a little bit overboard, but I don't care. 10 out of 10.
You can rate it.
There's not many films that come round where, you know, you're so emotionally affected or impacted by it, right? But this is one of them. I think the emotional impact of this film makes you compare it to yourself and your own experiences. And this is why I think everyone reads film differently, because they do apply it to themselves. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. In terms of filmmaking,
just top
chef's
tier.
kiss.
Yeah.
I feel like when we watched the first part of this film, perhaps we didn't know what we were letting ourselves in for.
No.
And I feel like we gave the wrong readings of things and the wrong interpretations. But at the same time, isn't that great when the ending of a film makes you rethink the beginning?
Yeah, and I'll be interested to see what it's like on a on a second viewing and a third viewing, and if it has that same impact.
I mean, I'm gonna have nightmares now. And I'm gonna have to go and tell everyone of, like, you know what, you're right. All right. And you need a hug after watching this film.
You do.
Like, what a great choice from Sean.
Yeah.
What a great choice. What a somber choice.
Yeah, somber choice. So 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10. Do you agree with our ratings?
Film's subjective.
Yeah.
You know, and depending on your life experiences, this is one of those films that perhaps will affect you differently.
Yeah.
The whole point of this playlist, at least, is to watch things that are so unique and different.
Yeah.
And I love putting myself in a position where I would watch something that I never would have chosen to watch.
Yeah. But
anyway,
if you liked this video, give it a like. Give us a subscribe if you like this type of content. If you want to see a full-length reaction to this, make sure you click the link in the description to our Patreon page.
Check out some merch in the
Yes,
description below.
we've got some merch as well, so
And we'll see you in the next video.
we'll see you in the next video.